This is Madame Mayhem, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather, and as always, bring you guys awesome interviews. Today, it is an honor and privilege to have Madame Mayhem back on the show. We're going to be talking to her about her new album, Ready For Me, and that's out on Headball Records. And she has been covered, and I quote, in both fashion and rock music media worldwide, which includes feature coverage in, and I hope I pronounce this right, Aquarian, Weekly, Brave Words, Fashion Style, Gannett Guitar World, Knack, Loudwire, plus her music videos have been top 10 for multiple weeks, New Noise, Revolver, The Day in Rock, listed in Rockwell, Unseen Magazine's Top 5 Best Female Vocalists of 2016, and more. Additionally, she made most added on the CMJ Loud Radio charts with over 60 stations nationally in the United States. Also, she has been mentioned in Modern Drummer and is on the latest cover of Black Velvet magazine. And like I said, the last time I got to interview you was on the Now You Know album, and you have got a lot of stuff going on. So welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem whatsoever. So your tour's kicking off with Sevendust. You're out with those guys this week, and Sevendust is a great, great band to be on tour with. So let's jump right into this. What's impressed you the most about making the new album, Ready For Me? What's caught your eye about, if anything, possibly?
Well, I always try to write really personal songs and music and try to, make them as relatable as possible. More, of course, for myself. They're very therapeutic in the writing thing for me, but of course for other people to relate to. And I'm really proud of this album. I've been saying that if anyone wanted to know anything about me and all my deep, dark secrets, all they have to do is listen through Ready For Me and they'll know it. So that's really cool. And then, of course, I did the songs with Corey Lowry, who also produced the album, as well as Clint Lowry from Sevendust, also co-wrote a bunch of the songs, and Troy McLaughlin from Evanescence. So there's like a great powerhouse of people that, contributed to this album. So I'm really happy about it and just learning more about myself. Every album I do, I feel like I grow more as a writer. So I'm really proud of it, and I think everyone's really going to dig it.
How long did it take you to record this album?
We did a lot of back and forth. Corey and I would write, or Clint would write something, and I would kind of just keep flying back and forth to Atlanta. So because everyone has all different tour schedules and stuff, it took a little bit of time, but we were able to, once we got into the studio, we were able to knock it out really quickly.
Now, you mentioned you was working with producer Corey Lowry on this, and I think that's pretty cool because, he's in Sevendust. He does a lot of stuff on his own, plus Clinton, and they both collaborate on
Clint, yeah, Clint and Sevendust, yeah.
Yeah, they both are. So, well, Clint is, but Corey's with
Saint Asonia.
Yeah, Saint Asonia.
Yep.
How was working with him on this as a producer?
It was great. I mean, I knew it was going to be a great experience because we had written a few songs together on the last album, Now You Know, which Billy Sheehan produced, and he and I had co-written a bunch of songs together on that one. Mm-hmm. So we already knew we worked really well together. So I really wasn't worried at all, and it was a great process. I mean, it's great when you find people that you really feel comfortable working with, and he's extremely talented. So I was very happy.
Any songs off the Ready For Me album that stand out more to you than Eon as of right now? I mean, I know these are like picking your favorites, and day to day it changes, but are there any that stick out for you?
I mean, it's like asking which child do you like more. They're all my babies. But I don't know. I mean, Where You Started is the first song off the album, like if you're listening through the full thing, and it's like the one we like to kick off the best on our own shows. It's a lot of high energy, a lot of fun, and we have a new music video out for it now on our YouTube page, Madame Mayhem Official, so people can check it out. So I would say that one. How
much growth musically have you seen yourself go through from album to album, or has it just been more a personal growth for you?
I think it's a bit of both, actually. As I get older, as I've been in the industry longer, as, I'm learning more, I think it just kind of evolves. I think each album you can tell that it's, me, it's Madame Mayhem, but they definitely evolve with every album.
what helps you keep your mind open and fresh during the writing and recording process to not let the music get stale? Do you do anything differently going into the writing and recording process?
I think what really helps the best is not to really think of a plan. I mean, each song is never written the same way, which is cool. You know, sometimes there'll just be like a lyrical idea or a story I want to tell, or a melody that I was really digging, or there was a musical line that was really cool that we wanted to build off of. So because each song is written differently and we don't put too much pressure on the process, I think that really helps evolve the song and not put too much pressure on me to, you know, end up getting writer's block.
I want to jump back just a little bit and talk about working with producer Corey on this. Did he just let you go your own way, then step in when he felt like he needed to, or did he push you really hard on this?
I think it's been a great mix of both. I mean, both with Corey and with Billy Sheehan on the last record, the greatest thing about them was they made me very comfortable. And besides that, they were very nurturing into what I wanted my music to sound like. You know, they're both very powerful producers and very powerful musicians, and their talent is insane. So, you know, the fact that they let me do the music that I wanted to do and create what I wanted to create, I really appreciate. But at the same time, you know, I definitely got pushed, you know, to be the best I could be. And he made sure to do that. So it was a little bit of both.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. You did the last time with Billy Sheehan, and now you're doing one with Corey and Clint. This is, that's pretty badass in my book, you know.
Yep. Yeah. I'm really happy about it.
What can fans expect at a show from Madame Mayhem when they come to see you live?
Well, I tend to be a very theatrical performer, and my band and I are super high energy. And so we tend to just put on a great show, and whenever the crowds, you know, whether the crowds are rocking out with us right off the bat or it takes a little more effort from us, we tend to just give 100% of what we have. And that's what I think fans really like. And for me, I love to connect to the fans. So whenever I have that vibe off of them, it just makes the show so much better. But it's definitely very theatrical, very high energy, and a whole lot of fun. We're
living in the digital era of recording albums and plus social media. Digital with the recording process to get stuff out there quicker. Do you like this? Because I know you guys probably had to do this, sending tracks back and forth with each other, and plus social media to get out there quicker to fans. Do you like this now?
I think it's a mix. I have mixed feelings because I've always been a fan of, you know, physical CD, being able to listen to the whole thing and being able to, you know, kind of be there in the moment live and however that is. Mm-hmm. At the same time, I think it's great that, you know, you can collaborate with other musicians and be interacting with your fans at a faster pace and a more broader spectrum where it's not, you know, just closed off. So it's definitely a mix of both. In
your own opinion, what does Madame Mayhem bring to the table for music that's not out there as of right now? Not knocking nobody else, just something that's not out there as of right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the greatest thing is that whenever we ask people or people ask, you know, what the sound is of Madame Mayhem, no one says the same thing twice, which means it's not easily defined, which I think means that it doesn't exist except for us, which I think is really important. I mean, it's very hard-hitting, hard rock music with melodies. I mean, I'm a singer, I'm opera trained, I'm classically trained, also musical theater. So I'm very passionate about the melodies and the vocals and something you could sing along to, as well as having that aggression and emotion of the music. So I think we're definitely something that that hasn't been around yet. We're not trying to sound like anyone else, which helps in us not sounding like anyone else.
Sure. Yeah.
We're just kind of doing, you know, I'm just kind of doing what do I want to listen to? What kind of feelings do I have? What do I want to, and the good news is that it's been working so far. So yeah, I definitely think that it's something that doesn't already exist. I know that there are so many amazing rock bands and also amazing female fronted rock bands, and I love them all, but I think that we're all different, which makes it just as cool.
Now, didn't you just do a tribute for the Cranberries singer here recently? Is that right?
Oh, yes, for Colleen. Yes, on Shiprock past January, I was a stowaway again, which is awesome, fun supergroup where we do different sets on Shiprock. And before we left, when I found out that happened, I was devastated, and so was one of the coordinators. You know, everyone was, and we had already had in the works a tribute set to do, and I was like, please let me sing this song. It means the world to me, and I really want to pay tribute. And so finally, they were like, yeah, sure, do it, fine. So it meant the world to me, and I had two great guitarists, Damien Aranda and Bruce Fitzhugh from two other totally different bands that came on with, you know, and just played, and it was just us three. And watching back on some of the footage and just hearing the fans sing back at me, I definitely got choked up. There was a part in that song where I almost like started crying. It was so passionate and so meaningful to me, and I'm so happy I was able to do it.
Yeah, when the news broke on it absolutely floored me. I was like, another one? No, this can't be happening.
I know. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's making me very, very sad, all of the people, but hopefully we won't have to deal with it for a while.
Support-wise, is there a place, country, region that shocks you, that you actually get support from, that stands out to you maybe?
I mean, I'm just happy if anyone supports us, honestly.
Yeah.
We, seriously, you know, because, like, when people are like, oh, I'm such a huge fan and I'm from here, I'm like, how the heck do you know who we are, you know? And it's really great. And, I mean, we've been touring for a couple of years now all over the country, and even we just finished a world tour at the end of last year with Fozzy. So we were able to go to the UK and Europe, and just, you know, meeting those fans from places that we might not have thought we had the reach in. You know, I'm from New York area, so, and we're about to do a headlining show today, actually, right now in Florida, in between, you know, we're on tour right now with Sevendust, but there's a few in between dates where we're doing our own. And just to be able to meet those fans or seeing some repeat fans, you know, it's really great, and it means the world to me. If everyone's like, oh, I'm your fan, it's like, no, I'm your fan, because I really appreciate music, and that's my passion, that's my life, and other fellow music lovers who feel that way, whether they're fans, whether they're musicians, whatever it is, if they're into what we're doing, then it just makes me so happy, and that means we're doing our job right.
I've actually kept up with you since the interview of the Now You Know album, and I've been quite impressed with the stuff that you have actually covered and done here in the last little bit. So that's you know, that's hard work paying off, actually.
Thank you so much. Yes, it definitely wasn't easy, but it's definitely worth it. This is all I want to do. So to be able to be on the road and play shows is my life. So I'm glad that we're finally able to make it work.
What's it mean to you when you receive an email from a fan, or prior to the shows or after the shows, they tell you now that your music has helped them through a bad experience? It's gave them inspiration to overcome obstacles, or it's just let them get away with the everyday bullshit that we go through to escape for a while. What's that mean to you now?
It means the world to me. I mean, that's especially with this album, Ready for Me. Most of the songs were that for me. Creating them, writing them, recording them. Even when I play them on stage, they helped me get through a lot of rough times that I was going through at the time and still go through. And so if someone else, even if it's not the same situation, you know, of whatever I was writing about at the time, you know, as long as someone can relate to it and help them, that it means everything to me, because music helps me get through it. And that's why I created this album in the first place. Besides the fact that it's fun songs and people can rock out to them too, it really was therapeutic to me. And I was going through a lot of stuff, and without those songs, I don't know where I'd be. So if that can reach other people too, then that's just fantastic.
Folks, Madame Mayhem, check out her music. I'm not saying it just because she's on here. I'm telling you that because it's the God's honest truth. She's a great musician, got great music, and her vocals are badass.
Thank you.
Her album, Ready for Me, is out now. Is that right? I think so.
Yep, it is out now.
It's out now. So how can folks pick this album up, buy some merchandise, things like that, and plus check them out with Sevendust? How can they do that?
Yeah, well, definitely everyone should go to www.madamemayhem.com, and that's Madam with an E at the end. And where you can find the new album is on there. Our tour dates are on there, ticket links, all the new info, all the merch, all that fun stuff. It's all on madamemayhem.com. And then you can also check us out on social media. Make sure to say hello. I run the social media, so if you send us a message or something, I would love to get back to you as much as I can. So that's Facebook, Madame Mayhem, Twitter, Mayhem Official, Instagram, Madame Mayhem. Of course, check out the new music videos, too. Madame Mayhem Official on YouTube, and subscribe, because we're going to be coming out with some more fun stuff, too.
Before I let you go, would you care to do a promo for the show?
Sure. Got it. This is Madame Mayhem, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great music coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Radio Network. Thank you so much, madam.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.